Full disclosure here, I went on ChatGPT AI and I asked it this question. I'm a content creator on TikTok. I make videos about the sports card market. Can you give me topics for videos? I'm so shocked at how fucking smart this AI thing is. So I went through all this stuff. They gave me some topics: grading, market news, vintage cards. The one I found most interesting, okay, sports card investing mistakes. Share common mistakes to avoid when investing in sports cards. Look how smart they are. Discuss pitfalls such as overpaying for hype, neglecting research, or failing to properly store and protect your collection. Provide practical tips for minimizing. All right, so I'm going to go into this one. Overpaying for hype. Whenever someone is high rising and there's a ton of hype and he's the one or two guys that are the hottest cards in the market, you absolutely 1,000,000% have to avoid that hype, and you cannot buy that player. I can't say that enough. I think that's the biggest mistake people make. I think people can lose up to 80% on their cards by doing so. And we've already seen a little bit of that with the Ant Edwards hype. His cards are already down about 35%. And he hasn't done anything bad, really. They lost one game. They lost 2 games. And he's down that much. You can't buy the hype. And the converse of that is you have to buy guys that no one is talking about. You can't make this mistake. This is kind of like a second level mistake that you could make. You can't buy guys like T-Law, because you know what? If you ask people in the sports card market, probably the 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th person they're going to suggest is T-Law. It's not that simple. You can't just pick a guy that his prices are not down that much. Okay, maybe they're cut in half. It's still, he's becoming a 4th-year quarterback now. He really would have to do a lot for that hype to catch fire, as opposed to a 1st or a 2nd-year quarterback that wins a few games. The prices are going to skyrocket. So you, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, you have to buy the guys that are completely buried in price. This is a few examples of what I would do. How about a guy like, and everyone laughs at me about this, how about a guy like Mike White? For those of you that don't know, he is the backup quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. He's a very good backup player. When he has had opportunities to play as a starter after being a backup, he's done really, really well. His only problem is he got injured a few times. So that's a guy that I see with Tua being injury prone. Even if Mike White doesn't play, if all that happens is Tua gets injured, automatically people will know Mike White is the backup, and his cards will probably double just from that news, maybe triple just from that news. It's going to be crazy FOMO for like a week. Let's say he comes in there, and let's say the Dolphins already have a pretty good record, and let's say the Dolphins beat a good team, or beat any team. His prices are then going to 5x. You know why? Because they started at nothing. His cards are nothing. I got one of his best cards ever, his Optic Gold on-card auto, for $80. How much do you think that card is going to be after he wins 1 or 2 games is a complete unknown. So that's just one example of, I think, what it takes to beat the investing in short-term players in the market, short-term to medium-term. Also, something that I don't neglect to see is the fees that must be paid in order to sell these cards. So let's just assume you're paying 15% fees. That means your guy has to overcome a 15% deficit to make you money. Okay, so if your card goes up, you're like, sick, I got a Lamjack. It went from $100 to $120. You're not really making anything. You have to have big, big wins. And that's why I'm telling you, you got to buy guys that are in the bargain basement. So you have to buy the bottom, I would say, 5% of guys in order to make big gains. That's how I do it. Any other videos you guys see that you want me to make, please comment down below. Any questions that you have, please comment down below. I promise to answer every question. And if you guys want to get in on some crazy downtown breaks, follow me. We do a free sweatbox for new buyers, and our breaks are pretty lit. The Hobby.